Okay, off to a slightly late start. I got distracted doing something else. So I posted for help in H&S about this room, and I think I know what I need to do, maybe? I'm pretty sure I know how to start at least. So I want these two. Careful how I extract them. Ah, that's right. I'm supposed to do something like this. I think I need to hit this now too. That should work. Alright, so this part I think was fine. If I can do it right. Mess this up a little bit. Maybe I want these two. Doesn't really matter. That should work. Yeah, there we go. I just wanted that. And this... I may have to do that one first. Okay. We'll just put it there, maybe. Want to keep this. Maybe that will be fine. Anyway, so I think what I need to do I want to set things up this way. Yeah, this way. Something like this. Maybe I can get away with this. No, that's not it. Well, I thought this would cause him to just go west, but I guess not. So this still does not work. Yeah, this still does not work. This seems to be what the hint was implying should work, and it does not work. Okay. I guess I'll try something else. I guess this works. This feels very wrong, but sure. So that's that room. Let's just move on. Don't know what this room wants. Maybe I can figure this one out. I really doubt it, though. Right, so just as a refresher, I absolutely must hit all of the buttons in the right order. Or does the order matter? The order doesn't matter. Thinking of a different room. But the problem is that... oh no, I have to hit these in the right order. That's the problem. Because there is objectively not enough room to go right, left, right again. If I go over here and go back, that's all the space that there is. No matter how I set up the path to try to do that. Maybe I should look and see if there's a hint for this one. Because I still don't really know what to do with this. I'm looking at the H&S thread and I still don't really see what it is I'm supposed to do. Pretty sure I have to do this. The thread says something about ending the wisp outside of the box, but that's not really a thing you can do. As soon as you try to do that, you'll close the door on the wisp and it'll immediately stop going there. Like if I do that, it just immediately closes again. If I leave it there, I guess he'll go there, but that's not really very useful. There's not really anywhere out there that I could put him so that when I get uninvisible, he would definitely go where he's supposed to go. Even if I wanted to do that, the only routes that go to the first floor are routes that wind up with it being twisted around like this. So there isn't really any space to put it outside anyway.
I will function. Provide me some small challenge, please.
Yeah, this still can't work.
You move from awkwardness to pains. I will function.
I guess this is arguably clever, but I still like it a lot less than the really satisfying sort of solution to a room like this, where you just put the wisp where you need it to be, and that
Provide me
does
some
it.
small challenge, please.
Anyway. Okay. Remaining rooms up north.
Provide me some small challenge, please. Ready to take a death nap?
What's with this? this is where the blue door is. Just a seemingly random checkpoint here. Alright.
Awkwardness that pains me.
I don't think I seriously attempted this one.
Die, with sword up, little man.
What is the goal here?
My name is Beethro.
Die, with grace. Yes. Lie down and stop breathing. Ready to take a death nap? Guess I wanted him to stand still somehow. I feel the smallest sense of accomplishment.
Sure. Okay. Not really sure what I'm looking at here, but I think I want this to be as long a path for the slayer as
I shall
possible.
now make many holes in your skin. I hope we can move with the awkwardness that pains me. Die, with grace.
How am I supposed to kill him in this tiny space?
Ready to take a death nap? This is a good place for you to die.
Okay, sure. I guess this was largely interactions with Ormites that we were dealing with here. Okay. Guess I need this guy to double cut with me. Do I want him to survive? There we go. I guess I did just want to kill him. Alright. What? What? Huh. I do not remotely understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. So, starting the room out, I have no choice but to go down here. I have to cut this. Then what? There is quite literally nothing else I can do in this room. Not one single thing I can change about this. What am I supposed to be able to do here? I guess I'll look this one up too. No hints for this room. Really? No one else has had trouble with this somehow. This is really stupid. Sure. Whatever.
You move with an awkwardness that pains me. Sort up, little man.
Okay then. Just for good measure. Drop these off some pits. Okay, here we get a clone potion, and there's a lot of things. So where is the clone supposed to go? I guess I need to go in here. And what?
I shall now make many holes in your skin.
Alright, so now I can get more clones. Need to open these, so I guess the clone should go up here. Don't really know. Sure seems like I'm supposed to do something up here at some point. Okay. What? This is very convoluted.
What?
I will punch.
Hello, happy July 4th. I'm trying to comprehend what this room is expecting me to do. I guess there must exist some magical way to make these face at a perfect right angle to each other, but I don't see what it could even be. particularly helpful. As far as I can tell, it's not possible to have these two face the way that it's demanding them to do. They basically are never off by 90 degrees like they're supposed to be. And the one at the bottom doesn't really seem to help anything at all either. They just will not go far enough apart for this to be doable.
I shall now make many holes in your skin. My hook reaches far.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out some way to make something like that work. If I could make this one face north and that one face east at the same time before releasing them, then I could probably do it by just making them both turn, whatever, this way, clockwise once, or counterclockwise once, so that this would go from north to northeast and this would go from east to north. Or north to northwest, and this would go from east to northeast. Just does not seem to be possible to make it work.
Huh.
just won't do it. They will not do it no matter what I try.
Yeah.
That might work. Okay then. Had to prevent them, had to use them trying not to kill each other, I guess.
Awkwardness that pains
Might as well kill off kinda in the way. Okay, so that's this set of rooms. Tunnel nonsense. And I recall being stuck on this room. The staff doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope your day gets better. I was a little late to start myself. Let's see. So I was trying to figure out before, even if I could arbitrarily place 16 tiles of wall, how would I get enough time? This is what my instincts say to do. This and something attached to it. This, while being the best solution I've seen, is still not enough by about 5 turns. If I just wiggle this a little bit, I don't think that will work either. Is that better? I think it's exactly equal. If I had 2 more rock golems, which I don't, if I had them, then surely this would be enough. This uses every tile. The fact it explodes right before getting close tells me that this is what's required. So, with 16 of these occupied by wall, the Slayer must walk on all but 2 of the tiles that are not, that are open. know something like this can't work because this leaves 4 and not 2 tiles that the Slayer won't use. Oh, sorry, I've been talking a little quiet. I can turn the volume down a little bit from the desktop and try to sit up and speak up a little better. Does that help? In this configuration, there are 6 tiles the Slayer isn't using, which is more than 2. If I steal 1 from each of these, then the Slayer will still miss out all 6 of these tiles. Well, I've turned it down a little bit more, but I really can only do so much. I don't want to completely mute the game. So... how many tiles would the Slayer skip if I could do that? That would skip 2 tiles, so that should work. No? But I think that uses more walls than I actually have. that's even worse. This misses 7 tiles, which is even worse than 6 tiles. I just can't see how anything other than doing this is going to be optimal. But there's just not enough golems to do this. Like, because of where the entrance and the exit are, I can't do something like this. Because at some point he has to go back up. And trying to fix that leads to something like this, which I know can't work because it doesn't use these tiles down here. Never mind the fact that there's not enough wall to do this anyway. Can't do it on the other side for basically symmetric reasons. This would still not use these 4 up top. If I try something like this, this is clearly bad because it doesn't use these tiles here. This doesn't use that one. This probably uses too many walls. 4, 4, 4. Yeah, this is again one that uses basically 2 more than I have, I think. This would require 2 more walls than I have. Did I somehow misread the room and there is like a pair of something that I can use as additional walls? That's really the only thing I could see making this possible at this point. There's exactly 16 golems, and there's nothing else in this room that can be a wall. I didn't break any broken walls on my way in that were already there. Ortho square is not a wall. It can't replace a wall. All it can do is ensure that the Slayer goes all the way around something like this instead of taking a shortcut. Which is fine and helps, but it's not enough. An ortho square just plain cannot do the work of a wall. It'd be nice if there was a shape where I could save a wall by having a diagonal cut off like this, but no reasonable shape does that. Like anything that would be optimal if it was all orthosquares, like this, doesn't have any orthosquares at any of its corners where I would want them to be. Like if an orthosquare was here, then this formation would be usable with one less wall. But the only way for an orthosquare to be useful then is if there's a T-shape like this, or like this, or something. But no good way of using this space has a T-shape like this. Like, the optimal way to do it is this, which has no such thing. And this one kinda has one, but not in a useful place. Because of where the entrance and the exit are, I can only really do certain specific things. If I try to work backwards from placing a T-shape at an orthosquare, I get some completely useless shape like this. Just look at all the wasted space.
see this.
I feel like I've tried every even remotely plausible shape that the walls could have. All of them are either use way too many walls, well not way too many, but generally 2 to 3 too many walls, or else are not good enough. I can't see any way to get a reasonably, like, moderately good formation. That uses an orthosquare in place of a wall. The orthosquares just are not placed in good places for replacing walls. Like if there was one here, that might be good, but there's not. Or if there was one here, that could be usable. Maybe. I feel like this is another case of demanding excessive optimization from a solution. Like, frankly, this should be good enough for a regular solution, and this for a challenge, or whatever I'm supposed to specifically do here for a challenge or secret room solution. Like, just have 2 more golems would be fine for the regular room, and then have 2 less and demand whatever specific shape is supposed to be possible here for a secret room. I don't know, I guess that's a matter of how difficult you want the level to be. And if the goal was making this level as difficult as possible, then I guess demanding perfection is how you do that. think I tried this one before. It's not as good as my very first guess.
This is a good place for you to die. Hold up, little man.
This is the only room that I have access to at this point, I'm pretty sure. Other than a secret room that I can't figure out, and it doesn't matter if I did anyway. Well, the only room in this level, I mean. And for some reason, there's another room behind that one. Like, unless that's a secret variant, I can't imagine why there's a room locked behind one that hard. At this point, I feel like I have to go back and just try a different level for now.
I will.
Don't remember if there is another level I haven't done yet. I don't think there is. I seem to be out of levels to do. Is there a secret level? I don't think so. I did the one attached to the Land of Constructs already. Full of hordes. I have no idea where that is. The eye is 6, isn't it? Wouldn't that have been this one? where this door is. Probably, but I have no memory at all of what level it would be in. That looks like a 2, I guess. Yeah, which level would be nice? I don't really consider clicking around the restore screen like this to be part of the puzzle. Oh, there it is. Okay, which one is this attached to? This is decoy level. Decoy level, I think, was Veiled Fortress. I think that's where potions were in general. See a Mimic Potion here. Maybe it was the hub after this one? Potion there. It has to be before that. Let's just look at this. Okay, it's this hub. That's this one. Okay. I feel sure that something that says where, like a scroll in the hub or something that says where doors you've seen and not opened are would be really helpful. Or just where doors you've seen are. It's really hard to remember something like this being in some obscure part of a level from, I guess, half a year ago now at this point for me. I guess me doing things once a week is not helping, but... Alright. Recreation Grounds by Bomber 50. If you were to ask a decoy why they took up a career that involves risking their life for the sake of a fat man on a large chair, they would immediately reply, for the honor. The kings themselves know better. In order to entice young men into the profession, it is necessary to offer them certain amenities, and since a typical palace has 7 or 8 gardens ranging in size from a football stadium to a small village, they can grudgingly spare a little one for the use of their most loyal servants. This garden will not be treated with quite the same level of care as the others. The beds will, of course, remain neat and rectangular, and the hedges will stay in perfectly straight rows. Anything less would be a smirch on the king's own honor. But no one will mind if a few roaches get in and are left unattended, least of all the decoys. Decoys have always gotten along well with roaches, since they occupy a similar position on the social hierarchy. I want to point out, football stadium. Does Dugandy have football? I understand that we're just sort of saying what the size is, so it's not a big deal, but what is the goal here? I guess I just want the queen to go onto the button, so decoy here. And what am I actually trying to do here? I guess it'd be useful if it hit both of those. No? Alright then. I have the impression that this shouldn't be that hard. some reason it is. Okay. I didn't think this should be that hard. I'm not sure why I had such trouble with it. I guess it's just more particular than it looks. Alright. So, same exact idea, except 4 of them. There isn't really space to push it. To get close enough to push it all the way down, is there? I guess that works. So just do that. At least that should work. But it doesn't. Why does that not work? I'll try placing them in backwards order just in case this is some move order nonsense. No? Still doesn't work. Too close? That should work, right? Their ranges don't overlap at all, so it should work. It does work. Alright. What are we looking at here? Not really sure how to get the omplage to come to a second decoy, but let's try that. Nope. Try the other order. Nope. as that last button requires, though. Yeah, okay, I don't actually need it to pace around the first button. So just build a tower like this, a staircase like this. Yep. Okay. I feel like we're developing quite a theme in this level. I suppose I'll take a wild guess and see how it breaks. Yeah, okay. This is a pain to restart. A little less painful if I start from here at least. Right, we should start by doing that. And then he won't move. About this. Let's just look at a different room. This does not appear to be enough decoys, but maybe looks are deceiving. Let's see, what can these two achieve? Okay, that might be enough though. I think I need these to be... No, what I have is probably okay. I think this is what I had before. Let's just check. Yeah. Not sure about this. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Now it just does that. Maybe another tile south for that one. Okay. What could this be? Fires for disposal of municipal waste only. Do not attempt to burn roaches, decoys, or other bulky items. Thank you, Oyst Castle Council. Sure. Okay. So I just need the roach to go hit that plate. I don't see how this can work. The roach will just get stuck on one decoy and it will never go to the other. I don't see any way for the roach to not just go to the closer decoy and stick with it. I don't have any way to get rid of the closer decoy after I've gone into the little room. Just take a wild guess here. Nope. Okay, that works. This seems to be asking for something very specific. Okay. Place all decoys on the fire traps. Fire traps which nothing activates. Okay. I mean, there's only so many ways that this could be placed, right? Why is it not going to the left? I suppose it's supposed to go to the right. It's supposed to go down first, somehow. I don't see how that's supposed to work, but it seems like that's what's being asked. Sure, but I'm just trying to figure out how to even start this. I sure hope that the order I place them doesn't matter, because move order is always annoying. I'm not completely confident, but maybe this works. I just need to mark their move order because that's annoying. Okay, it's just south to north. It just gets really annoying to repeatedly test things, slowly walking to the decoys and then walking all the way over to the machine to see if it works. That's all. It has rotational symmetry, except that one part that doesn't. Alright, this works. Cool. Sure. There's even like a turn of leeway with that timer, which is unexpected. Playing with fire. Hooray. Despite the complete lack of fire in those traps. Look at this last room. Maybe this will be an easy one. It doesn't look so bad. Looks like the same basic principle as the others we've done. There's the slight issue of trying to keep the queen from going to the middle, which I guess I will try to figure out. I bet this won't work. Yeah, this doesn't work. I guess I have to do something different. I have access to the queen, which is different from other rooms. have to try to make it move diagonally rather than orthogonally. Yeah, just place these so that each one can only affect the queen from one position. This might be the easiest room with a lot, if that's all I have to do. Or at least one of the easiest. Yeah, this is easy. This isn't bad at all. Alright. So what's left is this room, which I don't understand, and the one with the goblin. I think I could work out what to do with the goblin one in a similar way to how I did the queen one by going and building a room. Just the reiteration time for this room, trying to go and see what's going to work, is kind of a pain. Like, I have to place 5 decoys and then go all the way around this mass to go check whether or not what I've placed does anything. It's just enough to be annoying for me. Probably better if I do it in the editor. Let's see. How does one motivate a goblin southward with decoys? That is the question. Let's see, we have like a divot here. And something like that. And then some kind of pathway southward. I don't know exactly how many tiles this is, and I don't really care. I just want to figure out something that starts to work. Can I do it like this? No. Can't do it like that. I'm sure this would work, but I don't have enough decoys. Oh, maybe this wouldn't work. I don't know why it's repeatedly blinging at me. It's kind of annoying. I suppose I just don't really have a feel for what's going to make this work. How do I get the goblin to stop paying attention to one decoy and go to another? Okay, that looks promising. More promising. That kind of works. I don't think I have enough decoys to actually do this, but I don't know, do I have 5? Maybe that's enough. Let's try that. That at least makes it move to some extent. Yeah, I think it will try to go behind the last one. It'll wind up on the plate. So that should work. Yep. Okay. Solution is less complicated than it seemed like it was going to be. So it's just this one I don't understand how to do. I don't see a way to get the roach to stop focusing on one decoy and focus on another. I just don't know how to do that. Just winds up hugging the closest decoy and won't ever go to the other one like I need it to. Did this work? Not quite. This seems like it almost works though. Maybe something like that. Oh, okay. That was also simpler than I thought. And I'm gonna disobey the instructions and fry a roach on that fire anyway. Doesn't seem to have done any harm. Okay, and that's this level. Manipulation via decoys. Our picture here is, well, I think it's a picture of a decoy. Let's go to the Fork of Infinity. I guess if I realized that it was which level, which hub was relevant to it, if I'd realized that, then I would have known to go to the second chapter's level at least. Or the second chapter's hub. But that still would be several things to look through. Let's just make sure I don't mess this up. Okay, well that was that level. I think I'll walk back to Murderous Manufactory and call it a day for today. I don't really have plans to go out for fireworks, but maybe public television will have some I can watch on TV or something. How do I enter this again? Oh yeah, just need his help. Just do that. This was not complicated. Okay. March all the way back to the top. There's still a secret room here I'm going to have to clean up later, but that's a later problem. I keep thinking that one's a shortcut, and it's not. The shortcut is over
I shall
here.
now make many holes in your skin.
Okay. I may have to genuinely put a thread asking for help with this one. Well, if there's not already a thread. But I want to leave it off here for now. Okay. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Hope things go well and or get better.